Ladies and gentlemen, dear all, dear all, huh? That's very proud to open this new conference. My name is Paul de Hert. I'm involved in the organization of this conference since the start, and I like to see it growing and reaching maturity. And the 18th edition, that is, you have your driving license, you can go. You don't have to be back home when parents decide. A lot opens up also for this conference. There's a world before us, and that world is watching us. I don't recall why we chose this title, and the team and I should go together, because I don't know whether 18 years old want to be watched and overwatched all the time, and I don't think so if I judge my own offspring. This is as always, a conference with a societal importance. And just to figure that there's a lot happening in the world, and there is a community of privacy specialists that is asking itself how to relate to that. It's apparently going really good with privacy laws all over the world, but the feeling of some of us don't allow this feeling of joy in that development, because they're overshadowing developments. And I think it's good in days of action, societal and political action, to reflect. Action and reflection is not equal, and 3 days of reflection when things go fast is more than warranted. And what I think is really important today is to reflect about where we are. This is Europe. And I've seen in the past 20 years Europe changing, becoming very confident in its own regulatory and own capacities. But the Europe of 20 years ago is not the Europe of today. And for instance, today there will be an announcement by the European Union of a third deregulation package, including the GDPR and so on. So there's a lot happening. We have had moments where new presidents were installed at the day of CPDP. We had years where the first drafts were presented of the early GDPR. We had historical days. And in a sense, today might be as historical. But I don't want to, I just want to underline that coming together once a year remains very important, and the reflection is best when we share it and listen to each other. And that's why I keep on insisting on having a global presence of people interested in privacy and data protection, because exchanging viewpoints and checking whether we understand things in a similar way might be a way out for optimism and hope and encouragement and development. So I'm actually very happy that today is that we are starting today, and that the European Commission is launching an agenda for today. So what can I tell you about the conference? Yesterday we introduced the artist with a long interview by Thierry van den Bussen with the artist on screen. He is a computer scientist that decided to express himself through many different artistic media. And I particularly like, and it's also the taste of our managing director, I particularly like his artwork. And since I have a very ugly cover for my phone, I immediately personalized it a little bit with all the artwork that is in your map. I do not know whether I'm going to keep the artwork but I have it today, and I'm very proud of it. So James was here today. Check out his work. Check out the long interview with the artist in our newspaper. That has changed too. We had a glossy magazine last year, and just to change, we like this cheap journal-like, free-to-grab form this year. And that's who we are. We try, we tease, we play, and we interrogate. So it's 3 days. These are the numbers. There are nearly 150 panels. There's a lot of workshops. They're in the smaller venues. I come back to that. Many people like the workshops because they're more interactive. Many people like the panels. Many of them are full. But you can try out, as I do often, to circulate and catch glimpses of panels if you, or go for full panels and make sure your fear of missing out is calmed down. There's 3 days of live radio. The radio station is over there. If you want to be on the air, do it now and say hello to your family. There's a CPDP Culture Club, which is on the 3rd floor mainly, and it's also a place where the rhythm is a little bit slower, with in-depth book interviews with the authors and comments, and with much more. So please find some time to read this little journal. We have more than 500 international speakers from all sectors that we target: academia, public and private sectors, and civil society. Yesterday we already had a full day of NGO activity in Brussel Central, discussing, amongst other, the theme of deregulation and the package that is coming today. And the overall tone was one of seriousness, so that was interesting. And we are not alone. We are more than 1,300, and I like that, of course. These are the themes, and these are the specific themes, but of course, as we are a conference that is aware of the world, the underlying themes are, of course, very, very there. Where are we going? Who are we? What are we doing? Are we hampering innovation? What is innovation? All these things, huh? Yeah. And how's the world going? Yeah. This is I took a picture of that on my cell phone, on my smartphone, because it allows you to find out where everything is. There's a shuttle bus if you want to detox in Brussels North, but that's not the most pleasant environment, in my opinion. We learned a lot last year. We had an extra venue for the 5th panel far away, near Brasserie de la Seine, where the party is. We kept the party location far away so you can make a lot of noise on Thursday evening, but we exchanged it for a new location. It is, I forgot, right there behind the corner. There's a École de Cirque, circus school, and on the ground floor it is Le Baxou, and that's where we organized the 5th panels. So we check the program. Now, so I took a picture of that one. New is this, that we have found out people get lost. We do the party for people not to get lost anymore, to get to know each other. But there are a lot of us who have different backgrounds, and this is, we put a lot of time in that. There's a computer scientist track which runs today, and I'm very proud of it, and the people who put their shoulders on it, the names are on there. And tomorrow there is a DPO track. Of course, the first panel here is very, very much also in line with that group. So check out. I always enjoyed discussions amongst data protection officers because they are on the floor. They know how the world works. New venue, new brochure, and we have a new website. And this is new. This is the website with the program. It's a massive program, but you wouldn't say it if your phone is this small. Huh? But give it a chance. It should run. Yeah. So this is to get airsick. 3 days. And you can choose and put little hearts. And this we learned, of course, from our favorite apps. And then if you click through, you find the wealth of speakers that are here today. And so your assignment will be to make a first selection, not to stick to that selection, but to explore the program in depth. And automatically the program will retain your choices. So there's consumer profiling, but you will have to consent to that. And it's and in exchange you'll find your way. Okay, so that's new. We will check how that works. Do we still need the program on paper? The answer will come, but let us now first rejoice in the coding behind this thing. Yeah, and yeah, I was hoping it would stop one day. It doesn't. So you can print it out. That's also a question we had. There's a, okay, now I want to stop this thing and move on. Yeah, I want to move back, but I don't know how this is. Move back. Yeah, so for the lunches, it's important. There are people hungry at noon. Outside, we start an early lunch at 12:30, but the normal lunches are served at many spaces, and then they're a little bit later, but you have a choice there. There's a choice of social events, and then there's a choice of activities apart from the panel. So that's the program. That's going to be it for the next 3 days. I hope you like it. I hope you manage your energy really well. I would close with showing our main sponsors. These are the academic sponsors. I'm really befriended with all of them and like them. And these are our partners from the public and the private sector. And I cannot express my gratitude more than by saying thank you to all those people that make CPDP possible. So, no further ado, there is an excellent panel now. Thank you and enjoy.